श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुविष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नित्यमच्युतपदां भजे गुरुत्मव्यामोहतस्तुतितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोः भगवतोऽस्यैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण द्वैतवासना प्रमुच्यते बोधात्मकाय नमस्तस्मै भगवते श्रीरमणमहर्षये। हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभाण्डं वन्दे सद्गुरुं श्रीसत्यसायिनं मम अन्तर्यामिनम्। यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभानि स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमन्यान्ति तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्। आञ्जनेयमतिपाटलाननं काञ्चनाद्रिकमणीयविग्रहं पारिजातकरुणवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत रात्रिसान्तकम्। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। वैदेही सहितं सरदुर्मदले हेमे महामण्डपे मध्ये पुष्पकमासने मणिमये वीरासने सुस्थितमग्रे वाचयति प्रभञ्जनसुते तत्त्वं मुनिभ्यः परं व्याख्यान्तं भरतादिविपरिवृतं रामं भजे श्यामलम्। वामे भूमिसुता परश्च हनुमान् पश्चात् सुमित्रासुतः शत्रुघ्नो भरतश्च पार्श्वदलयोः वायुवादिकोणेषु च सुग्रीवश्च विभीषणश्च विराट् तारासुतो जाम्बवान् मध्ये नीलसरोजकोमलरुचिं रामं भजे श्यामलम्। जानकीकान्तस्मरणं जय जय राम राम। आंजनेय स्वामी की जय। போலி மன எழுச்சி மகிழ்வுற்றோனாகி போலி மன பதைப்பு வெறுப்பு உற்றோனாகி போலி முயல்வாம் தொடக்கமுற்றோனாகி புறையிலனாய் உலகில் விளையாடு வீரா மாலினும் வல்கட்டு விடுபட்டோனாகி மண்ணு சமனாகி எல்லா நிலைமை கண்ணும் வேலைகள் வேடத்து இயைவ வெளியில் செய்து வேண்டியவார் உலகில் விளையாடு வீரா. We are looking at Vashishta's teachings to Sri Rama. The core and essential teaching was to place the attention in the Arivumayamana Shuddha Hridayam, in the pure consciousness, pure awareness per se, awareness of one's own existence. And not to qualify that existence with anything, not to let that existence depend upon any definition or description, although those definitions and descriptions are all there. I'm so and so does not change. If a doctor attains jnana and continues to practice their profession, and if somebody should ask, are you a doctor? Yes, I am a doctor. No, I am not a doctor. There is a place where you have to say, I am not a doctor. If you encounter Acharya, as the little boy goes and encounters his guru, when he looks at the guru and the guru asks, who are you? He says, I am not a Brahmana, I am not a Kshatriya, I am not this, I am not that, I am the Shuddha Chaitanya. So then, if the life in the world has to continue, how should it continue? We are looking at Vashishta explains very easily and clearly to Rama, Poli mana எழுச்சி மகிழ்வு உற்றோனாகி. Rama, vihara play in this world as though filled with receiving excitement, not real excitement, or receiving excitement. போலி அப்படின்னு ஏன் வருதுன்னா அது போல அப்படிங்கிறதுனால, மகிழ்வு போல ஒரு ஃபீலிங், அது போல இருக்கிறதுனால அது போலியா இருக்கு. It only looks like it. It looks like excitement. It looks like sorrow. It looks like aversion, but it is not. அதான் போலி. போலி மன எழுச்சி மகிழ்வுற்றோனாகி அப்படின்னா with seeming excitement, not really, but seeming excitement. Not real excitement, because the truth is known. Therefore, whatever is felt cannot be true, cannot be real. The truth is known. Another way perhaps to understand this, it seems contradictory, how do we reconcile it? அப்படின்னா, you are very happy. You are very happy because you have accomplished something extraordinary. You have won $10 million in a lottery. The news has just reached you that you have won $10 million in the lottery. Very happy. And at the same time, when you go home, your wife says, "Oh, today I have made your favorite dish. Either a dish. Whatever is your favorite dish, you imagine that dish. After a long time, you remember you're asking me to make it. Finally, today I managed to make it for you." Now, you are happy that she made that dish. Oh, really? And compared to that happiness that you've just been feeling about the $10 million which you are going to tell her now, this is nothing. But that does not mean that you don't feel happy. You're still happy now. Ana, adu neja happiness illa. Can you understand this? Oh, you made it? Oh, that's nice. But let me tell you something else. What? $10 million. Huh? But it's not that you are not happy. I have baked you your favorite chocolate cake. Chocolate cake, whatever. By the way, I want $10 million. Illa. Huh? You made chocolate cake? By the way, I have $10 million. There is a joy in the chocolate cake also. But the joy is nothing great. அதே மாதிரி ஒரு sorrow. You want $10 million, you're going home and your wife says, I planned to make that cake for you. It got totally burnt. I left it in the oven and I burnt it. Oh, you burned the cake. I was so looking forward to having the cake. But anyway, you know what? $10 million. The cake being burnt is a disappointment, but it doesn't matter. The cake having come out properly is joy, but it doesn't matter. Adhikaha it doesn't become neutral, it doesn't become less of a joy. All of a sudden nothing else matters because of the $10 million that I have just won. ஒரு கேவலம் அல்பம், after all $10 million itself, if it can make you transcend all ordinary worldly joys and sorrows and treat them only as though token responses, that this is the highest possible gain of attaining the truth. After attaining this truth, what will excite you really? What will really move you? Nothing will. But at the same time, that, oh, is it? Oh, did it happen like this? But it is not deep. Perhaps another way to say poli is shallow. A shallow joy. A shallow sorrow. Something happens in the world, you are happy. But that happiness is shallow. You yourself know, it's not a big deal, but I'm still happy. Have you ever had a situation like that where you're happy but it's not a big deal? And you know it's not a great big deal, but you're happy nevertheless. If it's not a big deal, why are you happy? Similarly, it is not a big deal, but you're sad. Oh, it's okay, it's not a big deal, but maybe it could have happened better, differently. You would have said that in your ordinary, common, worldly experience. Yeah? It does not really matter, but at the same time, it is producing some sorrow. So now, when Rama is going to live his entire life based on this particular teaching of Vasishtha, but he's going to cry. Sita, he is going to cry. He is going to feel happy. He is going to feel anger. He is going to feel sorrow. He is going to feel aversion. Everything is going to go through. But with the absolute and total knowledge, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. It is only a shallow thing. This is the freedom that Jnana gives us. That is why the Jnani is very much awake and alert in this world. He is not like a stone. He is responsive. He is very responsive. He seems to share joys and sorrows just like we do. Anal, knowing that nothing matters. State and it is okay. Yeah, sorrow is there, but it doesn't matter. So what of it? What of it? It's there. So what? It doesn't matter. Whereas the Ajnani cannot move past the joy or the sorrow that he feels. It seems to blot out his entire horizon. To the Jnani, it is there, but it doesn't cover his vision. He still sees the completeness, the wholeness, the expansiveness of the Brahman. Rama, understanding the truth that nothing matters because you have established yourself in that unshakable, unchanging reality. When happy events happen, you will be happy. When sad events happen, you will be sad. When the news that Dasharatha has passed away reaches Rama, good, Dasharatha, chala santosham, very happy. Chalo liye. Dasharatha beta. Anurupamana response, appropriate response. He has to feel sad. What kind of a son would he be if he does not feel sad? When Kausalya is feeling sad, he feels sad. When Sita is feeling sad, he feels sad. When Lakshmana is feeling, Bharata is feeling sad, Ottattarukume, Bhagavan is also adequately responding. Otherwise, he is inhuman. So he is feeling happy for others' happiness. He is feeling sorrow in others' sorrow. He is feeling all of those things, nothing for himself. Purailanai. Without any attachment. They are not personal sorrows. They are not personal joys. They are joys and sorrows on account of others. There's no difference. He is crying for Sita, and when we say he is crying for Sita, he is crying for Sita only, not for himself. He is crying for Sita. Sitainuடைய துக்கத்துக்காக அழறார். Rama is crying for Sita's sorrow. Ayyo, Sita கஷ்டப்படுறாளே. Rama is happy for Kausalya's joy. When Kausalya says, you're going to become the king tomorrow. Appadina Rama is happy. For Kausalya's joy, he is happy. For Sita's sorrow, he is sad. For Kausalya's sorrow, he is sad. Ella swechha kadiyadu parechada. Adam purailanai nu chendu. Aduthavaloda sukadukkangalukku even. And that does not shake his shanti, because your shanti is shaken when you are happy or sad for yourself. When selfishly you are happy and sad, then your peace will be shaken up. Anna, if it is out of compassion, if it is for the sake of the others, although it seems like sorrow, it is not disrupting your shanti. It is not disrupting your peace. Analda and the karunyam. Karuna is present in all jnanis and all mahatmas. They seem to feel our pain. They are not callous. They are very, very soft. They are very, very sensitive. They are very, very soft. It is because they are feeling our pain, they are living their lives for us. They are teaching. They are giving their wonderful Upadesha to us. They are moving around Loka Hitatkaha Vasantavat Loka Hitam Charantaha. They are like the spring breeze, they are wandering around the earth in order to bring welfare to the earth. Yesterday we spoke about Acharya, Bhagavatpada Shankaracharya, who walked up and down, left and right so many times, so many things he undertook. For what purpose? For the sake of the welfare of all people. Leah? They are compassionate. They are actually very, very compassionate. Compassion is jnana. Prema is jnana. Without compassion in your heart, you cannot claim to be a jnani. I am jnana, but I don't care about anybody. You are not a jnani. The jnani's heart is the heart that is present in every single person. It beats for everybody. Hridayam Vishwamasya. His heart is beating for everybody. Adanala avan parama prema. He has got absolute prema for all creatures. Sarvabhuta hite rata. He is interested in the welfare of all beings. And then the compassion, because of that compassion, he feels our joys, he feels our sorrows, he acts like us, talks like us, everything is like us. Analum, but that is, he's not acting. He performs actions like us. Acting, he is not pretending. He is not pretending. Rama is not pretending. Rama is truth embodied. Will Rama be pretending? Satya Swarupanana Ramanaliyo. Rama means truth. Will Rama ever pretend and as though he is sad, will he cry without actually feeling it? He feels it. Ana, difference is nothing is for himself. He is feeling everybody else's joy and sorrow around. Purailanai abdingumbodhu, without that attachment you play. Adukapra it is a play dane. Whatever you do, if you are not involved, it is a play. If you are not involved, if you are not at stake, appo idella vilayattu thane. It's only a game. It doesn't matter to you. It is not your job. It is not your job. You are sitting at the desk, somebody's desk, and somebody walks in thinking you are the person, or even a supermarket. Or example, you are walking in the supermarket. Suddenly someone comes to you and asks you, where will I find condensed milk? Thinking you are an employee. Somehow mistaking you for an employee, they come and ask you. Not sure, maybe L4. Yeah, it is not your job. Even if it is an L8, it doesn't matter. You can say L4. And I'm part about you. You are not going to lose. If they go and complain, he told me it is an L4, I searched everywhere. Who told you? The manager comes and this man told. But he is not even our employee. Your job is not at stake. Since your job is not at stake, you can say whatever comes to you. You are not misleading them deliberately. The best of your knowledge, I think it is L4. You are not expected to know. It is not your job. Therefore play. Therefore go and play. There is no consequences for your playing. There are no consequences going to come for whatever it is that you do. No, nothing is going to bother you. Without attachment, you are going to live in this world. As though you have got happiness and excitement. As though you have got agitation, mental agitation, sorrow, aversion, dislike. As though you are filled with initiative. Let us do this. Come on, let's all do this. Initiative, he cannot take initiatives. Anali, he pushes himself for the sake of others. Let us do this. Let us do Ramayana. Force. மாலெனும் பல் கட்டு விடுபட்டோனாகி. Freed from all sorts of bondage, of moha, of ajnana, of delusion, of maya, born out of desire and attachment. Desire and attachment is gone. Therefore, the infatuation or maya, the illusion that is produced by desire and attachment are also gone. Palkat, many bondages, all are gone. Viduvattanagi. Nothing is binding him. Mannu samanagi ella nilaimai kannum. Ella nilaimai kannum mannu samanagi. Manasu அப்படியே சமமா இருக்கு. With equanimity in all situations. But at the same time, வேலைகள் வேடத்து இயைவ வெளியில் செய்து. But acting out, externally acting, doing all actions as appropriate to your role. Whatever your role at that time and point may be. As a king, or a role. As a husband, or a role. As a father, or a role. As a brother, or a role. As a son, or a role. All those roles very perfectly Rama is going to execute. He is not going to confuse one with the other. Ella ஞானம் தானே. What son, what mother, what father, what king, what subject, what husband, what ella same. இல்ல. ஆனா internally everything is same. மண்ணு சமனாகி உள்ளுக்குள்ள எல்லா நிலைமை கண்ணும் மண்ணு சமனாகி is the same in every situation, but at the same time as appropriate to the situation he will act. வேண்டியவாறுலகில் விளையாடு வீரா. Play as you wish in this world, because once your ahankara is burnt in the fire of jnana, jnanagni dagda karma, the karma allam, all his actions have been burnt by the fire of jnana. Therefore there is nothing that can bind him. There are no consequences as such to him. But all anything is there is a pseudo attachment. That which he is happily engaging in this world. And the Mahajnaniyoda glory, Vashishta describes it. Arivunmai nishtanam anmavittavan, Arival pulan shatran ardan, Arivangi avan arivam, Kulishattan kala kalan avan, Shavinaimaai வீரன் என சாற்று. Next verse la. அறிவு உண்மை நிஷ்டனாம் ஆன்மவித்தாவான், அறிவால் புலன்சற்றான் ஆர்தான், அறிவங்கி ஆவன் அறிவாம் குலிஷத்தான் காலகாலன், அவன் ஷாவினைமாய் வீரன் என சாற்று. விஷய பிரதிசம்ஹாரம் யக்கரோதி விவேகதः மிருத்யோர் மிருத்யுரிதிக்யாதः ச வித்வான் ஆத்மவித்கः. ஞான சத்பாவ சம்ஸ்தானः ஞானாக்னி ஞானவஜ்ரபிருத் மிருத்யோர் ஹந்தேதி விக்யாதः மகாவீரோ விமத்சரः. அறிவு உண்மை. Arivu unmai, by the knowledge of the Atma in its entirety, in its truth. Arivin unmai, the true knowledge. Nishtanam, one who is established firmly established in the knowledge of one's own self. Anmavittavan, he is the Anmavit, the Atmavit, the knower of the self. Arival Pulanshatran Ardan, he who has by his arivu, by his jnana, has destroyed Pulanna, senses. He has destroyed his senses. Destroyed his senses, the urging of the senses has been destroyed by him. Senses are not destroyed, but he doesn't go and blind his eyes and ears and so on. He conquers them, not. He conquers them. Arivangi Avan, he is the fire of Arivu. He is Jnanagni. Angi அப்படின்னா அக்னி அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம். அங்கி உருவாகி அப்படின்னு பகவான் பாடும். In singing the glory of Arunachala மகாத்மியத்துல பகவான் சொல்றது அங்கி உருவாகி அப்படின்னு. அங்கினா அக்னி, அக்னியை ஒரு மறுவு பண்ண அங்கின்னு வருது. அக்னி அங்கி சும்மா ஒரு டிரான்ஸ்போசிஷன். அறிவங்கி ஆவான், he is the ஞானாக்னி. அறிவாம் குலிஷத்தான், ஞான வஜ்ர பிருத் அப்படின்னு சொல்றார். ஞான வஜ்ர பிருத் சம்ஸ்கிருதத்தில் அதோட அர்த்தம் ஞான வஜ்ர பிருத் அப்படின்னா he is holding in his hand the vajrayuda, the great weapon. What is that great weapon? Jnana is the great weapon that he is holding in his hand. He is like a fire of wisdom. He is the wielder of the great weapon called wisdom, weapon called jnana. Kala kalan mrityur hante iti vikyatah. Mrityor mrityur iti kyatah. Mrityor mrityuhu. He is the death of death. He is the death of death. Kala kalanavan. Kala kalanavan. Shavinai mai veeran yana shatru. Proclaim him, declare him to be the valiant Veera, the Mahavira, who has conquered death also. Who has conquered time, who has conquered death. அப்படிங்கிற இந்த verse, the glory of the ஞானி is spoken in this verse. யாரு ஞானி அப்படின்னா, the one who knows the self and who is firmly established in that self. ஞான நிஷ்டனா இருக்கான், அறிவு உண்மை நிஷ்டன், ஆம் ஆன்மவித்தாவான். He is the அறிவு உண்மை நிஷ்டன். He is not a perfunctory glancing acquaintance with the truth. It is being firmly established in the truth. The establishment இருக்கே இதான் ரொம்ப முக்கியம். ஏன்னா you see in the spiritual path sometimes a flash of insight can happen. A flash of insight can happen to anyone, and it could be because you are listening to something, it could be because you are reading something, or it could just be a flash from somewhere. Because of your purva janma vasanas, thadalnu or flash airport, and it will be very clear when that flash comes. Oh, this is all unreal. Even a child can experience it. In fact, children experience it very nicely, very easily. They experience it. Adults don't understand sometimes what they say. And children can experience it. I am able to see everything. I am able to touch everything. But I know it is not real. False. I know it is all false. In the moment, because of the culmination or the coming together of various factors of your past janma, certain things will happen and it will be absolutely clear. Ana, even though it is crystal clear then, soon after, it will get covered up. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa would refer to this or give an example of the Kamarpukur tank. And the tank, water reservoir, it will be filled with aquatic plants floating on top, algae and aquatic plants floating. You will not see the water at all. But in order to go and get the water, what the people will do is they will go there, they will move the plants. They are just hyacinths, water hyacinths, those kind of plants. They will move the plants, water is there. They will take their water in their pot and they will go away. And after some time, what will happen? There will be a small clearing which has been moved which has been created because of moving the plant. After some time, slowly they will come together, float together, and it will get covered up also. Like that, or a flash of insight can happen. Shanti. It might happen to anybody. If you are intensely, seriously following this path, you will have this flash, and sometimes many times this flash will come. Multiple insights also can come. And they are all good. They are all fine. Nothing is wrong with them. A single flash does not jnani make. A single flash does not a jnani make. It is not that you need to get a certificate from somebody that you are a jnani. There is no need for you to, I have ticked all these boxes, now I am a jnani. Not necessary. Then why do we say that he is not considered a jnani? Because it doesn't serve the purpose. No? It doesn't serve the purpose. The fellow is starving, is hungry. Starving, doesn't have any food. But a small carrot stick is found. Is your hunger satisfied? No. Can you say you have eaten? No, you have not eaten. No. Do you understand? Getting the title jnani is useless. There is no consequence to anybody. Least of all to you. Because ultimately, if your hunger is not satisfied, a random carrot stick here, a random celery stick there, a random little peanut here, what for? What is the use of it? And the pashiki, when you're that hungry, something has gone in, but it has not satisfied you. It has not completed you. That is why, lest people get into a delusion and say, oh, I have attained or I have arrived, I will not do anything more. They caution them by saying, this is not enough path, this is not jnana. Inside jnanam illa. Nishtan. You have to be in that. You have to abide in that. And what will help us abide in that? The Guru, there is a Guru, constant association with the Guru will help you. The constant presence, the constant association, satsanga will help us stabilize ourselves in that nishta. And 12 years. 12 years be the Guru. In the 12 years, and a magic 12 years. 12 years is no magic. It is just a number now. Because Indra stayed 12 times 9. 108 years he stayed with his Guru. 12 years. 12 years. 12 years. 12 years. How many 12 years now? Until you are established in it, 12 years. 12 years is just a period. It is up to you to get established in it. He can get established in 12 months, 12 days. That's up to him. Arivu unmai nishtan. Being established in the truth, meaning that that truth is never lost to your sight. That is the meaning. The truth is never lost to your sight. It should not be, I don't know, but that day I felt I was the Brahman. That day I felt I was the Atma. Today I don't know. I don't quite feel very Atma-like today. I felt so connected that day. Today I don't feel connected. Nishtan illa. Nishta. To remain in that state. In again going back to Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's life. When Vivekananda, Narendra, goes on pestering him for that state, Ramakrishna gives him a kick. He attains that state. And then after some time he comes back from it. He takes it away. Why did you take it away? I showed you, now you put the effort in it. I showed you what the state is. Now you put the effort. You earn it. You earn the right to get the key back again. About effort, Guru's grace will give an insight. Anugraha will give us an insight. We cannot take the Anugraha itself and say, I have attained it. Anugraha will push you. It will to give you a taste, and then it will slowly work upon you, and you will have to now put the effort in to remain in that, stay in that. And the irka paru, you are staying in that is called bhakti. You are staying in that is called bhakti. The staying power is called bhakti. Mokshakaraka samagriyam bhakti reva gariyasi. Abdina Acharya says in Viveka Chudamani. What is bhakti? Bhakti is the most important ingredient of all the recipe for moksha. Mokshakaraka samagri la bhakti reva gariyasi. When you put together all the ingredients necessary for cooking up moksha for yourself, adala bhakti is the most primary ingredient. Samagri. What is that bhakti? Swaswarupanusandhanam bhakti rittavidiyate. What is this bhakti? This bhakti is, what is bhakti? Generally when we say I am devoted to God now, what is bhakti? Not forgetting that God is bhakti. Liya. Guru bhakti. Guru bhakti na Guru vidamar karda Guru bhakti. And not letting go of the Guru's Guru bhakti. Swami in one of his talks, one of his discourses, Swami says very nicely, all effort has to be made only until you come to a Guru. After you reach the lotus feet of a Guru, you can rest assured that you will attain the truth. Thereafter, the only effort that you have got to do is to make sure that you do not allow any tendency from within to drift away from the Guru. Effort is required only until you come to the Guru. But after you come to the Guru also, what is the effort now? The only effort required after you come to the Guru is to squash any tendency, any urge, any or desire to move away from the Guru. அதுதான் நம்மளுடைய எஃபர்ட். அதுக்கு you got to put up with whatever it takes. அதுக்கு you have to put up with everything. Put up with everything பண்ணாதான் you can be ready to receive the Lord of Puttaparthi. Because once, in the beginning, early days of Prashanthi Nilayam, when there were not so many accommodation options available, we ourselves have lived like that. Swami will allocate people to stay with the permanent residents. And they were also sometimes very nice people. They will allow you to. And in those days there was something called Veda Patashala. Where now where the Ganesh, big main Ganesha gate is, when you enter in the big Ganesha, to Ganesha's right side is all now gone. It's all a big lawn and all those kind of things. In those days it was a little settlement. It was called Veda Patashala. Small rooms will be there. We have all gone. We have stayed in a small the porch, the veranda. Inside the people live. Outside the veranda we would stay. They will allow us the use of their bathroom and so on and so forth. This is I'm talking about even earlier than that. When there were even lesser accommodation options, some big event had happened, Dasharavo, something had happened, Swami had sent letters to everybody, please come, all of you must come, everybody has come. One particular family has come and Swami has allocated, Swami himself would take the charge of allocating, you will stay here, you will stay in, accommodation arrangement, Swami. This one particular family was asked to stay with another permanent resident family. It turned out that these guests found out that the hosts were not very happy that they were stuck with these people. But what to do, Swami has said. Just because Swami has said, we have to put up with it. And they are putting up with it and they are showing that they are putting up with it. There is two ways in which you put up with it. Seri, we have to put up with it. Doesn't matter, come, please. Come, you sleep here. That's where the bathroom is. Don't take too much time. Maximum half a second shower, good enough for you. Go. If you are that, these people felt very, very unwelcome. And they thought we are giving so much trouble to these people also. Why should we put up with all of this? Why should we stay here in this manner? The next day, in Darshan, when Swami came there, they said, Swami, we are planning to return back tomorrow. Returning home tomorrow itself. He said, why? Dashara is only starting now. 9 more days are there. Why are you going so soon? No. Swami, we want to, it's okay, Swami, we will go. What does Swami not know? Swami said, very jokingly, Swami said, if you possess a priceless diamond, and by chance that priceless diamond falls into a garbage heap, what will you do? What will you do? Will you leave the diamond and walk away because it has fallen into the garbage heap? Or will you dive down into that garbage heap, not minding the stench and the dirt of it, but retrieve the diamond? Because the diamond is precious to you. Swami, obviously we will take the diamond. If for a diamond's sake you are willing to put up with garbage, for my sake will you not put up with it? For the sake of a diamond, if you can put up with it, for Puttapartisha, can you not put up with it? Swami says, doesn't matter what it is. Lot of sadhakas fail in this. They think that around the Guru will be like a lotus garden. Everything will be pleasant and everybody will be smiling. If you want all of that, you have got to go to a drug addict camp or something. There everybody would have taken something, everybody will be stoned and everybody will be pleasant to you. That is not likely to happen when you come into the presence of a Guru. Everything will flare up in everybody because they are also sadhakas like you. Have you become perfect? Are you smiling and filled with love for everybody? Are you not yourself equal to a garbage heap yourself? Anna, we expect it from everybody else. Is it not? People used to complain about Sevadals and Prashanti. That is because you have never been a Sevadal. If you become a Sevadal, you will behave in the exact same way as they behaved. Yeah, they are like you. Why these Sevadals are so bad? These people are so bad. They are like you. They have also come to improve only. Why would they suddenly become all right? Isn't it? So, what is our duty? Our duty is to find out why we are there. If you are there in order to be with the Jnani, with the Guru, to attain the truth, you should not be paying attention to anything else other than that Jnani. You should not be paying attention to the people around the Jnani. They are like this, they are talking like this, they are doing these kind of things. Why are you looking at them? Already it is their purpose has been defeated, because you are not supposed to even look at them. Your attention is supposed to be focused on the truth. Instead you are looking at the untruth. Then and there you have disqualified yourself from being in his presence. Angaye, Anike, Abhave, you have pulled out of the race. You have lost your purpose. இதுதான் அறிவு உண்மை நிஷ்டன்னு சொல்றது. அந்த நிஷ்டை இருக்கு பாருங்க, நிஷ்டா இஸ் நாட் ஈஸி டு அட்டைன். நிஷ்டான்னா அப்படியே எஸ்டாப்ளிஷ்ட் இன் தட், அபைடிங் ஸ்டெடிலி இன் தட். ஞான சத்பாவ சம்ஸ்தானஹான் வார்த்தை சொல்றாங்க. ஞான சத்பாவ சம்ஸ்தானஹான். He is established in that jnana bhava. The jnanamங்கிற நிலையில் அப்படியே இருக்கும். To do that, first you have got to associate yourself in that manner with the jnani, because there is actually no such thing as a jnani. Only jnana exists. Jnani is jnana da. If you cannot show nishtha to the jnani, highly unlikely you will show nishtha to jnana also, because jnana and jnani are not different. Brahmavit பிரம்மஹைவ பவதி. ஆன்மவித்து அப்படின்னு இங்க சொல்றார். ஆத்மவித் அவன் யார்? அவன் ஆத்மவித். ஆத்மவித் is Atma only. If you cannot have the nishtha with the Atmavit, you cannot have nishtha with Atma also. That is why so much importance was given to Guru, and the Guru is the importance கொடுத்தது not because Guru is a special person or anything, but he is a very useful tool for us to sharpen our ability to sustain ourselves in that truth. ஏதோ வந்துட்டு போகும், things will happen, somebody will say something, or some situations will happen, some distractions will come. For every situation, for every distraction, if you are going to look away, somebody didn't behave right with me. If somebody doesn't behave right with me, and you fight with the Guru, or you leave the Guru, whose loss is it? My grandmother used to have a very funny proverb or saying for this. Quite in Tamil it was a bit vulgar even. If in those days, before toilets came, people would have to go towards the river or the lake to do all their ablutions, and they will wash from the water from the lake or river. I'm talking about India. We don't use leaves and paper. We are civilized in India. Civilization. We are sort of decent people. So they would go to the lake, some water body, to wash. But the saying goes, if you fight with the lake and refuse to wash, whose loss is it? If you fight with the lake and refuse to wash yourself in that, whose loss is it? I am around the Jnani, these things happening. I am not going to go there. Whose loss? Is he going to lose anything? But the very fact that you have seen something other than him, அவங்கிட்டே திருஷ்டி போயிடுது இல்லையா? Actually, you have lost the qualification to stay there. You have lost the qualification to who can stay there அப்படின்னா, எனக்கு திருப்பி I am reminded of Kanakamma's reminiscences தான். Kanakamma, who was with Bhagavan in a young age, she came to Bhagavan, but it was Bhagavanku vaisana kalam. It was in the 40s தான், late 40s தான் when she came to Bhagavan. 1915 Bhagavan Mahanirvana, but in the late 40s தான் Kanakamma came. And you can read that in the book. Everybody has to read that book. Kanakamma oda reminiscences ellarum padikkanum. Now ஒரு sadhaka oda ஒரு stage it explains how the sadhaka is. I have many times shared those things with you all, how she stayed, how they would have to go to the town to wash their clothes, how they would not get enough time to even dry the clothes, how there was rats and snakes would come and all kinds of things will come. Ella irundalum, in the midst of everything, she would say, we will just simply sit there looking at Bhagavan, watching him all the time. And when Bhagavan went up to walk upon the hill, we would just simply keep looking at that doorway, waiting for his beautiful form to be seen once again. About all the difficulties were not, nobody paid any attention to those difficulties. Attention was entirely on the Guru. Leah? ఆలోచనలన్నీ సాయిమయమే అయితే ఆవేదనలేవి మనకుండవులే. ఆలోచనలన్నీ సాయిమయమే అయితే, all our thoughts, all our ideas, all our mental workings are all సాయిమయ, గురుమయమా irundadunna ఆవేదనలేవి మనకుండవులే. There will be no vedana for us, there will be no sorrow for us, there will be no difficulty for us. మనసు తనువు సర్వం గురుమూర్తే అయితే, మనసు తనువు సర్వం, మనసు తనువు సర్వంబు, mind, body, everything becomes gurumurte aite, and அப்படியே merged into the guru's form. அப்போ மகானந்தமந்த மகாசம்பதலே, பெரிய மகா ஆனந்தா becomes our property. மகானந்தமந்த మన సంపదలే, సాయి రూప సాయి నామ స్మరణం, సాయి రూప ధ్యానం సదా మాకు ఇహ పరాలనొసగు సాధనం. సాయి నామ స్మరణం, సాయి రూప ధ్యానం. The meditation on the Guru's form, the chanting of the name is the greatest sadhana that is enough for us, that can give joy here and hereafter. Because when all our thoughts are about the Guru, there is no time for sorrow. You will not have the luxury of feeling self-pity. You will not have the luxury of wallowing in sorrow and despair if your entire time and attention is fixed upon the Guru. Guru Kainkaryam, Bhagavad Kainkaryam, what seva can I do for him? What can I do next? What service can I do? How can I uphold his teachings? In what manner can I live his teachings? If all the time you are only looking and thinking about that, where is the time, where is the luxury for anything else? இதுக்குதான் சொல்றது நிஷ்டை அப்படின்னு. அறிவுண்மை நிஷ்டன், this is the nishta, this is the steadfastness. Anmavittavan, the one who is established in this kind of steadfastness is Anmavit, is an Atmajnani. Arival Pulan Shatran Ardan, he has conquered his senses using Ariv, not Vairagya but Jnana. There is a difference here. Arival Pulan Shatran abhigra varta chapra. Because Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that a man may forcibly control all of his senses, but even then the hankering for the senses of objects or senses will persist from within. And then Kanna mudinutta, kaada mudinutta, I will close my ears, I will close my eyes, and he will sit down. But internally, the desire to see, the desire to hear will be there. That also will die when the highest truth is seen by him. Enna appo arival pulankshatran. Because of his jnana, he controls the senses. How does he control the senses? Through jnana. Nothing. Like the biscuits that we used to get in those days, which are all shaped in the various animal forms. There will be a lion, there will be an elephant, there will be a hippopotamus. There will be a bear, monkey. After there will be a big fight. I want monkey, I want lion, I want elephant. Sunday, I didn't get the elephant. No. One will sit and cry because he didn't get the elephant. Another will fight for the sake of the lion. The elders who have to, if at all the elders have to eat that biscuit, they will not even see what shape it is. They have the same taste. There, knowledge, example, the knowledge of the taste, of that it all tastes the same, has allowed them to control the sense of the eye, is it not? The children are fighting because they cannot control the sense of the sight. Lion, elephant. Taste is all the same, no? But because they are only looking at the form, they are not able to overcome the temptation of the sight, of the tanmatra of sight, sense organ of sight. Therefore, they are fighting. On the other hand, if they, through the knowledge they look at it, that is conquered. Just one sense was conquered here. Ana, when the same jnana extends to all the objects of all the senses and says, in all of it, the ananda that is there is coming only from me. Apart from me, there is no separate ananda. When that jnana comes, then is he going to be attracted towards one particular object or one particular... Whatever, it's all the same. He will say it is all the same. The example that comes to mind is how some lady cooked several dishes for Bhagavan, Ramana Bhagavan. She came and sat down, she served, Bhagavan, this is cooked with this thing, this is made from this thing, this is called this and it comes from this particular place. Explaining all the ingredients, explaining all the way it is cooked. Bhagavan put everything, mixed everything together and started to eat. Rare color. Mixed everything together and started to eat, and the lady who has worked so hard to prepare separate individual dishes. Maybe the tamarind tastes differently, and the salt tastes differently, and the karam tastes differently, the eggplant tastes differently, everything different. But the person who is experiencing all of this is only one. And when the attention is fixed on that one, nothing else matters. Everything tastes the same. It all tastes of Brahman only. So all the senses become conquered. All the senses are conquered because he knows that it is the same taste. So why fight for one, or why hanker after one, or why detest one or dislike one? Likes and dislikes are not there. I like this. That is the same as this. So why should I like this and dislike that? What flavor? What flavor on the flavor? Isn't it? What flavor do I know? What flavor is there? That flavor. No, what do you really like? Impossible to say what do you really like. You do not know what you really like. That is when you realize there are no likes and dislikes at all. Very equal. But for the sake of ordering something or selecting something, you will say, okay, red, okay, pistachio, okay, chocolate, And as such, there is no craving. Because you know everything. You know that the source of all joy is the self, is you. அதனால அறிவால் புலன்ஷற்றான் அப்படின்னு சொன்னோம். Rest of this verse we will see tomorrow. We have only seen half of this verse now. இன்னும் half verse இருக்கு. அது நாளைக்கு we will continue again and see that. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम तत्सत्. श्री साई ईश्वरार्पणमस्तु. जानकी कांत स्मरणं. जय जय राम राम. आंजनेय स्वामी की जय.